So, you're a dog owner in Addison, and you want to enjoy everything this town has to offer, right? Well, to do that with confidence, your dog needs the right kind of training. This guide is all about helping you find a great local trainer so you and your best friend can really thrive together. You know, whether it's a walk around the circle in the morning or hanging out on a restaurant patio on Beltline Road, everything is just so much more enjoyable when your dog is well behaved. Good training is really what makes those great moments happen without any stress.
Okay, here's our game plan. We're going to talk about why training in Addison is a little unique, how to spot a real pro, what you can expect to pay, the most important questions you've got to ask, and then we'll wrap up with some local rules and resources.
First up, let's talk about training for life right here in Addison. The town has this cool urban-suburban mix, and that creates some specific situations a good local trainer will know exactly how to prepare you for. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? Whether you're living in a condo or a house, good manners aren't just a nice-to-have. They're absolutely necessary for being a good neighbor and for keeping your dog feeling safe and calm in a busy community. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Think about these everyday moments. You need a rock-solid leave it for that piece of food that gets dropped on a patio. You need calm greetings when a neighbor passes you in a narrow hallway. And you for sure need polite leash skills for those crowded sidewalks. Good training should focus on these real-life challenges.
Okay, so we know why local training is so helpful. Now let's figure out who you should train with. Here's what you should be looking for when you're checking out a professional.
The very first thing to look for is a trainer who uses positive reinforcement. It is the modern standard for a reason. It's a humane, science-backed way to train that teaches your dog what you want them to do, and it builds a really strong, trusting bond between you two while you're at it. Now, this might just look like a bunch of letters, but these certifications are a great way to measure expertise. You know, Texas doesn't actually require state licensing for trainers, so these credentials show a real commitment to education and ethics. A CPDTK-A is fantastic for general obedience, and IABCC-DBC is for more complex behavior issues, and KPA is really great for puppy foundations.
Moving on to costs and formats. Let's get into the practical side of things and find a program that fits both your wallet and your dog's specific needs.
This table gives you a pretty clear snapshot of the average local costs for 2026. A 6-week group class, for example, might be a few $100s. A single private lesson is usually somewhere between $90 and $160. And then, of course, the more intensive programs like Board and Train are going to cost a lot more. This should help you figure out a realistic budget.
So, which format is right for you? Well, it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Group classes are awesome for practicing focus around other dogs and people, which is a skill you'll need in Addison's parks. Private sessions, on the other hand, are perfect for tackling issues that happen right in your home, like barking at the door or jumping on guests.
Okay, once you've found a few trainers you're interested in, it's time to interview them. This section gives you a simple checklist for that consultation. Think of these 5 questions as your go-to list. We've already talked about why philosophy and certifications are important. Asking about how they measure progress makes sure they have a clear plan. Getting the total fees up front means no surprises later, and especially for behavior issues, knowing they'll work with your vet shows a truly professional, well-rounded approach.
And finally, our 5th section, local rules and resources. Because great training makes it so much easier to be a responsible dog owner and a great member of the community.
Here are the 3 big rules to know. Addison has a leash law, and it requires your leash to be no longer than 6 feet in public. A current rabies vaccination isn't just a good idea, it's required by state law. And just be aware, excessive barking can lead to noise violations, so training for calm behavior at home is really important for keeping the peace. Once you start learning these new skills, you need places to practice them. Addison Circle Park is perfect for working on those leash manners around other people. For safe, off-leash recall practice, the huge North Bark Dog Park is just a quick drive away. And for a nice, focused walk, the Cottonwood Creek Trail is an excellent spot.
After looking at the why, the how, and the where of training in Addison, this is what it all comes down to. It's about strengthening that relationship with your dog so you can confidently share more of your life and your city with your best friend.
The whole point of finding the right trainer is to set your dog up to be a confident, happy companion for all of life's adventures. We hope this helps you get started on that journey, whether you're just relaxing at home, walking through your neighborhood, or exploring all the great things Addison has to offer.